Okay, let's dive in. 6 years. That's how long it's been. But The Outer Worlds 2 is finally here, and the reviews are pouring in.
They really are.
So our mission today is simple. Cut through the noise, figure out what the critics are saying,
Yeah.
and give you the quick takeaway on Obsidian's latest. Does it, hit the mark?
Right. We're trying to see if this sequel captures that special Obsidian magic, that choice-driven RPG goodness fans of the original are looking for.
First things first, let's set the stage.
Okay.
This isn't Outer Worlds 1.5.
No, definitely not.
Standalone sequel. We're not in Halcyon anymore.
Nope. Brand new system, Arcadia. Which honestly probably gave them a lot more freedom.
Yeah, a clean slate. And you're playing an agent from the Earth Directorate sent to check out some weird space-time stuff, rifts, apparently.
And mechanically, it sounds like they didn't just add more content. Critics are pointing to some pretty big shifts.
Like what?
Well, much larger areas to explore, for one, more open, less linear, and player mobility is apparently much better. Plus, big changes to combat. They seem to have really worked on making, ranged and melee feel equally good to play. That was a bit of an issue in the first game.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. So let's talk scores. What are we seeing overall?
Right now, it's sitting at an 81 average on OpenCritic, pretty solid, and about 90% of critics are recommending it.
An 81.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. The original was, what, an 83?
Exactly. Only 2 points difference.
So pretty close. Does that mean it's maybe playing it a bit safe, not really pushing the boat out?
That's definitely a read you could have. But looking deeper into the reviews, it seems less about playing it safe and more about maybe refining what worked. Doubling down on that specific Obsidian RPG formula instead of trying to be, everything to everyone.
Okay, interesting. But you said looking deeper, does that 81 hide some disagreements?
Ah, yes. Here's where it gets really interesting. There seems to be a pretty strong consensus, even across different scores, that the game starts slow.
Slow how?
Yeah.
Like story-wise?
Mm.
Gameplay?
Both, it seems. We saw this pop up in lower and mid-range reviews. Jessica Philby at Dexerto, she gave it a 3 out of 5.
Oof, okay.
Yeah, she said the experience was, quote, marred by a poor first half and frustrating flaws. But crucially, she also said its whimsical charm and that classic, slower, more explorative design kind of saved it for her.
Right, so even the lower scores see something worthwhile there eventually. What about the mid-range?
Travis Northup at IGN scored it higher, an 8 out of 10, but echoed almost the exact same point. He said, once you get past a weak first act, The Outer Worlds 2 sharpens Obsidian's RPG formula.
With smarter writing and better combat. Okay, so there's a hurdle.
A definite hurdle, yeah. But the suggestion is the payoff on the other side is significant, and that whimsical charm thing is key. It's still got that dark corporate satire humor.
That specific Outer Worlds flavor.
Exactly. The kind of game where you can bumble into joining a weird space cult by accident. They seem to have nailed that tone again.
So once critics got past that initial hump, the praise sounds pretty strong. Like it is a proper Obsidian RPG.
Very much so. GameRant gave it a 9 out of 10, called it a superior sequel. They mentioned the Fallout and space vibes are still there, but with significant upgrades.
Yep.
And Steve Watts at GameSpot, who gave it an 8, really highlighted how the game lets you, and I quote, bumble your way through corporate and cultish intrigue in space. He felt it really cemented the series' own unique identity.
Okay.
So yeah, the improved combat, the better reactivity to your choices, reviewers seem to agree that stuff really shines, even if the story takes a bit to find its footing.
All right, so summing it up, it's definitely an Obsidian RPG, maybe even a better one mechanically, but you might need a bit of patience for that first act.
That seems to be the main takeaway, yeah.
So for you listening, practically speaking, The Outer Worlds 2 is out October 29th. PS5, Windows PC, Xbox Series X and S.
And the big one for a lot of people, it's hitting Game Pass day one.
Right. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass subscribers get it immediately.
Which leads to, I think, the interesting question for you to chew on. Given how much praise there is for the deeper RPG systems, the reactivity, the better combat later in the game, is that slow start a fair price to pay? Is that initial investment worth it for that kind of deep, choice-driven experience that unfolds afterwards?
Something to think about. Is patience the price of admission for this kind of sprawling RPG depth these days? Definitely worth considering before you jump in.